Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Virgo, welcome to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So as always, thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page, liking and following on there. I do encourage connecting to both social media platforms, only because as you know, most of you, obviously there's different content that goes on each platform. So so I will be posting up different things for different courses and things that I'm going to be doing in the near future, as well as the distant future. So welcome to either social media platform that you're watching this video on. So I just want to say thank you, like I say, for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, then do that now or at the end of the video. I invite you to do that now or at the end of the video. I felt that was a bit pushy, wasn't it? And also like, share, comments. That would be awesome. Let me know how the videos go for you as well. And the other thing I want to say is remind everybody that the messages that come through with these reads, they are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If they don't, then it may well be that it's more of a forecast for you. Rather than an in the moment one. So don't totally throw it out. Maybe check out what one of your other signs might be saying. So this is Virgo, so Virgo may be in your astrological chart. It could be in your sun, moon, rising and or Venus sign for you. So check out one of those. It could give you a more a comprehensive overview of what is going on for you, or what could be, or what has been, so yeah, check it out anyway. Check out the other ones. If you don't know what your other signs are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website with a free calculator on it. Okay, and you can check them out through there and have a little bit of a read about what your other signs are with you, which it's a really interesting read. So kind of makes a lot more sense when you think about it. Okay, so the spreads that we're doing today are going to be mind, body, spirit, soul this week. So we're going to look at that across the board there. And generally the first one, the card is the general theme about for the week or fortnight that we're doing these now. But I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing you next week, or you're going to be seeing me next week as a follow-up, or just, or something in between this fortnight one. So we'll see how we go. And so body, mind, spirit, and we'll just see what comes up for you. So it's like in the recent past and coming into the now, and then we're going to do the next row down will be like into, depending on what your story, how the story unfolds for you, maybe more into the now, moving into the near future. Okay, with what's going on there. Okay. Well, so the Fool. So obviously some of you, there's a new beginning. It's or a leap of faith, because the Fool is pretty much the first one in the pack basically. So it's like there's a leap of faith and starts the story off. So there's a new journey coming up for you. Amazing. Should you choose to take this mission, that is, not now or at some other point. So this is it's interesting because I'm pulling my chair forward and getting ready, sitting up straight and getting ready to do something. Okay, this is really you stepping up to the plate, I feel, and it is pulling your seat forward, getting a little bit more serious, having a little bit more commitment, but not being over pedantic about it. But it's this is taking some new steps into doing something. Doing something that you've wanted to do for a little while, but maybe a little bit sheepish and falling off because it's and not in the sense that you won't be able to pull it off, and you might actually fall off the cliff, which is on this, which is depicted in most of the Fool decks with the Fool when the Fool comes up. So, but it's and there may be all these things and thoughts that are coming up. Oh, what if it doesn't work? Blah blah blah. And and this, and what if I'm going to fail, and what if there's this and that might come up, and this is what stops us from experimenting and exploring something that we know that we want to have a go up. Have a go up. Now, where do they go with up? Wanted to have a go with, go at. And so we can move up in the world of wherever we are. not being a snobbish way, but it's just like we're challenging it. This is about stepping up and moving up into a new place or a new phase of challenging ourselves or challenging yourself into doing something that you know that where you really want to go. And it could be other people's thoughts or feelings that are stopping you, or what you think people are going to think, basically. So some of this is all our own shit that we're going through, or our own stuff that holds us back. So there, and I totally get that. Absolutely, totally get that. Been there, done that one. So there is a new beginning, like I say, if you choose. But this is about you getting out of your head in the way, because this is the mind. So in the mind, you know there is a new beginning. So I do feel like for some of you, this is along a business line or a new career, a job, or something like that. Others of you, I'm kind of like, there's a pulling back, or maybe entering into a relationship, or totally fully committing yourself to a relationship. And some of you, your relationship is with yourself. So you may be walking away from a relationship as well. So there's a new, creating a new journey for you, a new pathway for you. But it's like, this is a choice only you can make, at the end of the day. And to have a look outside of what you already know and challenge yourself, or create something new, stepping out of something. So here, we go here. So into the physical side of things is, getting out of the mind and moving into the physical. The Two of Pentacles comes through. So the Two of Pentacles, it's like, there may be, because this is maybe what has come up with the Fool, there may be a little bit of a juggle with money and finances and stuff like that, and sorting shit out like that. It's like literally, okay, not shit, stuff. Okay, so there may be like there's something, there's changing of the value. So, and when you're putting your mind in it, so it's like good stuff, So there may be a little bit of, juggling of finances in that side, in the physical world of going into this new phase that you're looking at going into, or you have gone into. Shard. Actually, this is the Four of Pentacles. I wanted to say two because I just saw the main two, and then it's like I read the sign, it's like actually the four. So, but I'm still going to go with that, because I just feel that, there has been a juggle, this is what stops us too, or still is sorry, it's like juggling finances. So it's maybe not that you're giving up your day job or letting go of that right now, but transitioning into it. This is where I'm going, because the Four of Pentacles comes in, and is maybe that you're holding on too tightly with money. And sometimes, there's that feeling around with it, and maybe that you're in your mind, maybe not physically doing that, but it may be that you are physically, because this is the physical card, but in the sense is like being mindful of where your money is going. So sometimes there's that theory, as they say, we've got to spend a little to get a little, okay, to make a little bit more. So there's that, and loosening that a little bit. So it's kind of like, it's a balancing act there as well. So this is kind of like things are starting to turn around, but I feel like you are moving, okay, there's something moving. Okay, so then we go into, I'll just carry on and see how this pans out, because then we have the Three of Swords. So there may be a little bit of a, something disheartening that you, for some of you, I feel like is in your mind. Disheartening may happen, okay, because this is the Three of Swords, or something, it is a disappointment, basically, and it might, muck with your head, your heart, as well as your solar plexus, as well as your feelings. And it has to do around money, because this card came out with it. So this is the, the Ten of Pentacles, and this is about the happy family, happy family, happy life, okay? So moving into that, so it's maybe that you've got a blocker there, that something may not happen, and shit might go down where it's like you're not going to be able, it's going to create stuff, and you're like an unhappy family or life in that. So whatever it is, it may have been something that's in the past that's triggered this. So it's like there's the reality is that, the reality is that this is a great possibility, yes, but how about it just may be turn out, if you get out of your head, that this is actually happening right now. And it can happen in the future as well. So the Spirit are telling you, because this is the Spirit card, is letting the Spirit of you out, basically. If that's what you want, that's what you'll get. It's like it's not going to come handed to you on a plate. There's going to be some work to do with it, but this is about getting out of your head about it. And there may be that there are 3 people involved with this. That's like you're thinking, like if it's, you know, with this disappointment that it's happened maybe before in the past, but it doesn't necessarily mean this is going to happen again. And it may be that this disappointment that you're feeling like it's happened before, like I say, it's going to get in the road of this actually happening if you don't let it go. Because it's, you know, it's totally doable. But it's like you not buying into somebody else's bullshit, basically, is what I'm hearing. Okay, this is about this, because at the end of the day, it's your own stuff. You know, people can only throw stuff at us, and we can only let it interfere with our lives if we let it interfere with our lives. This is about standing in your own power, in your own being, in your own knowing. So I'm hearing, you know, you know, not letting it, you know, affect you or disturb the way that you think or feel about things, or do in having this sort of, because this is a happy home life. It's about, there are going to be adjustments and things that you know, that are going to be created there, or, you know, needed to be created or moved through. But I do feel like that's absolutely possible. So I'm actually going to put that card on top of this card, because 1, it's the second card that came out, but 2, it's over the top, over and above whatever this disappointment is there that's happening there. So don't let this disappointment get in the way of you being in, you know, creating or being in this happy home life, being there. Because the devil, the soul, it's like the soul card, it's like this is about you restricting yourself, totally restricting yourself from freeing yourself from the chains that bond you, that is, you know, that's, you know, of stuff that serves you no purpose for your highest good. So we're obviously, with the idea is to, you know, do things that serve us, you know, for our highest good, for the greater good of one and all. So whatever it is that you've got in your head is like, just let that go in your mind, or your thoughts, is like moving out of that space and setting yourself free, basically, with that one. On a soul level too, because there is some stuff that's coming through that, you know, I feel like in a way you're not allowing yourself to let yourself be happy, basically, at the end of the day. So, okay, where are we going in the next row? So, the Ace of Cups. Okay, beautiful, because there's something in emotional, like, really that's going on. There's a new way of thinking, of being, and doing, and feeling things that you know, with that. And maybe your intuition is starting to, for some of you, is starting to kick in a little bit stronger, a little bit better, or you're more starting to trust it more. And your creative side, because I'm just hearing some of you, there's a creativity that's coming out of you. Born from this, it's like that you finally let yourself move into, to feel these emotions, feel what it feels like to have a relationship, because, you know, the cups is about a new emotional emotions, a way of thinking, feeling, you know, about not so much thinking but feeling your emotions, allowing you that to come through. Because the cups is about, you know, relationships and the emotional connection with ourselves, or with yourself and others as well. So it is very much to, I feel like, relationships there. So there's a new way of feeling, with you in your relationship with yourself at the end of the day, as well as relationships in general with others, and especially maybe a significant other, your children, or your non-significant other, whatever it is, and or your significant other's non-significant other, you know, ex or something like that. There's so much going on there that I'm feeling, but to allow you to move forth and do whatever it is that you need to do with you, for you. So we have the Hermit. So that's in reverse, this card. Okay, the Hermit that's come out. So this is about you. I feel like there's a resistance with some of you, so about allowing yourselves to go into that retreat mode, to retreat and actually look at it a lot deeper than, a lot deeper than what you have been looking at yourself, or with what is going on around you. So I'm going to turn that around, because this is about whatever you're going through, or working through, is about you going that little bit deeper. And then we have the Justice card, because the Justice is, you know, typically about what you sow is what you reap, and so or you reap what you sow, and to put the other way, some of it, sometimes it sounds better one way than the other. So, but there's this justice, the balance is balancing the scales of justice there with you, for you. It's like, those two come together. So there is something with, with a major shift going on in there. There may be a little bit of resistance going on there because you don't want to go deep, you don't want to visit that, but hey, guess what? If you want that happy family, that's what you're going to do. It's still going to be there, but it's like how you perceive it to be is a different story. So it's about, not blocking that. And so I do feel like there is movement though, because the Justice card came up. It's just the Hermit that was in reverse there, but there is definitely a shift in the way that you're feeling emotionally toward others, about others, for others, and that sort of thing. And it's, not getting caught up in others, which is for others. It's like, it's not your emotion. This is your emotion that you're dealing with, not theirs at the end of the day. But this is about you, okay? Cool. So there's some, physical things there. It's like you're retreating, basically, to making sure you take some time out, and yes, it's coming up for Christmas. In your break is taking some time out, not getting all shitty about something, but it's just going with the flow because, and not subjecting yourself to something that's not actually your, not in the sense of taking something on that actually isn't yours. So here we go. Here is the Six of Pentacles. So something is shifting. There's, in actual just physical movement, with spiritually wise, with the money as well. There's something shifting where there was something where there may have been a belief pattern, or something may have been holding back with the money side of things or the financial side of things. It's like something is shifting where feeling like you're able to give more days now than receive. So, and vice versa. May not necessarily be what it is that you're wanting, but or needing or requiring, that you can give or receive to, give to something else. But but it's something. It's that it's being open to that feeling of being able to feel like you can give and or receive. And there's something about balancing something is being more in balance with the Six of Pentacles as well. Okay. The Magician. Okay, first of all, this one come out, the Strength card. So the Strength card comes out. So this is about having the courage to go that little bit deeper within whatever it is that you're working through, that you're holding off and letting go of stuff, releasing stuff. But it's also in a non-destructive way. This is about you, this courage and going out there and doing something, lifting up your energy, but doing it constructively. Okay. There's in that powerfulness, okay? So it's just being mindful of that when you go out there, okay? I'm drawn to the number 8, the Roman numerals there's number 8, so it's remembering, the 8 for me is about for the infinity, being infinite, that we are infinite or infinite, and so anything is possible, everything is possible, so. But it's just in the way that we do it and how we hold ourselves, and the purpose of why we're doing it, with love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and with a prosperity and abundance. But it's like with that intention, it's what our intention is, and that where they're going with that. So then the Magician comes through to, to solidify that or clarify that with that infinity there. He's like the number 1 in this one, because I'm just seeing one symbol there, moving through into creating what it is that you want to be or do, give, and have in your life. But also, who do you want to be, do, give, and have? And it's like, how do you want to be, do, be, give things in life, and blah, 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 and so on, and why, blah, blah, blah. So you you begin with the Fool, which is really, really interesting, and you end up with the Magician in this one. So the Fool is there to tell you, yes, the leap of faith, and saying that actually, yes, so when you move past all this bullshit stuff, when you move through and process it all, that actually, that only you are the only one that can create what it is and how it is you want your life to be. And what it looks like, how it rolls out. And yes, there's going to be some, things that happen along the way that's going to in a way trip us up, that we're needing to take some time out to review. Okay, review. reassess, and remap out, and blah, 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 reset, rediscover, you know, reset. It's called, sometimes we got to like just pause and reset again. And that's what I feel like, you know, this hermit is. It's like pausing, reset, basically. Okay, I'll figure that out, and then move on. Shake it off, move on, because you're shaking off all the stuff that you've processed, moving through, knowing that whatever that stuff that you've just processed is, you know, as part of the journey to get you to where you need to be. The Knight of Swords, woohoo! The Knight of Swords comes through. So there's something that comes through that moves you through. And he comes through quite swiftly, and there's some sort of disruption there. But that may, you know, whatever is happening, it's going to move quite fast, and it may be seemingly disrupt. It may bring about a bit of disruption and movement, physical movement as well, emotional movement, but in the way that you're thinking about things and that sort of thing. But hey, sometimes we need that to happen in order to, it may be just the clue that we need, or the catalyst that we need, the inspiration that we need to get us moving, okay, in the direction where we know that we actually want to move, okay. This is the tarot, the Voyager tarot card that I'm in. So I do shuffle them before, but I felt like I want to do a little bit more of a shuffle. These cards are a little bit big and chunky, so kind of see what pops out. So what have we got here for Virgo that they most need to know or hear right now? Let's see that we're going to help them on their way, on their journey. Okay. And give a little bit more explanation with whatever's going on, and with whatever's going on for them and what's coming up for these cards, a little bit more clarification. Okay, it's coming up a little bit slower than normally, so this is about like not rushing on in a way, but it is like it's about continuing with the movement, continuing where you need to go. Okay, whoa. Okie dokie, I'll just get this one, it's slid right over there. See, when it happens, it happens. Comes out, moves quite swiftly out of the blue. So art, okay. In this card, so art comes up. So there may be some creativeness that's needing to come out with you. So get that arty-farty side of you out. That creativity is what I'm hearing about this one. And this one, it's number 14 in this deck. In the tarot, and I'm not sure what that one is usually would be for in the traditional decks, but art is the key word there. So I feel like that's, you know, opening that up and broadening that, like there is something to do with you literally with art, but bringing up that creative side. So art could be anything. It could be like landscaping or something like gardenscaping. It could be like doing something that you're using old materials, bringing them together and welding them and doing something, creating something outside. That could be like you know, for outside ornaments, inside ornaments, what altars, that sort of thing, whatever. And it could be something to do with actually literally painting, drawing, writing, whatever, in that sort of a way. But it could be something else totally different as well. So just being, you know, open to that, because it brings out a sense of healing, but also a sense of processing and that healing, but also that creativity, and whatever it is comes out is just going to be absolutely amazing. So, and then we have the Chariot. So there is something about a decision that's going to be making. It may be that you just actually decide to keep going on the way you're going with whatever you're doing. And, you know, there may be a decision that you may be wanting to go this way or that way. So this is about you definitely making some sort of a decision in the sense that, you know, but maybe in taking into account what each area may how it may affect where it is that you're wanting to go. So what I'm saying is, like, maybe you're still carrying on with, like, say, your day job and bringing in the other bits and pieces and transitioning into this, you know, the tools, the equipment, the knowledge, tools in the sense of the equipment, the knowledge, the physical stuff, whatever, to bringing it together and creating it. And then once, and, you know, making that transition a little bit later to go down that path, or even those two paths may come together, where it's, you know, come back into the path that you're already on. So it's kind of like, depending on which path you're looking at, you're talking about. Okay, cool. And then we have the Nine of Worlds. So the Worlds in this deck talks about, you know, the Pentacles. So there is definitely, it's come up here before, like with the 10 and that. So the Nine of Worlds is about, you know, harvest. There's something, you know, something is coming to the end of a completion, end of a cycle. So the 9 is, that's what the 9 is. So there's something about time to harvest. Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune gets come through as well. So there is, you know, the cycle of life is like with the cycle of fortune, how money goes around. So there's the cycle that you're going through, but I do feel like this is, you know, fortuitous in that sense, because it's like things are moving and are starting to move because you're processing things, you're allowing things to move in the way that they need to move for you. Cool. Absolutely amazing. So now I just want to, there's a card here from Archangel, who was it, Raphael. I'm just being drawn to quickly do a shuffle and bring come here. Oh, okay. This card, when I looked at the bottom of the deck, when I had a look, was actually at the bottom of the deck. So Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian natural traditional, from what I believe, understand, healing method. There is, I can't remember his name, he had brought it together. But anyway, Ho'oponopono is, works with I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. So have a little bit of a read about it. So there's a sense of, you know, it just like helps to bring this, whatever it is, to heal, to bring this sense of peace and calm and serenity within ourselves. So it talks to ourselves, it talks to something else, someone else, you know, in a way, and it may be not necessarily a person, but an experience, a situation that we have created or not created that has affected us or touched us or moved us in a specific way. So have a little read about it. Ho'oponopono. So I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, and thank you. Okay, anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you now, Virgo. So if you're wanting to book a session with me for a reading or a healing, or a reading and a healing / healing together,